Dream being out of prison means a lot of things, and one of them being that he may go after Tommy and finally kill him on the Dream SMP, because we've known many storylines before it's always Dream versus Tommy. So what happens if Dream finally wins and ends Tommy once and for all? Let's talk about that and many other theories in this video. Starting off, we have a theory from Moonlight, who says we need to see more of the effects that the egg actually caused, because once the banquet was done, we pretty much had nothing. Bad being at the prison break was probably not canon and only there so they could get everyone they could, but who knows, maybe we'd see something that explains why he was there. And I have to agree, I feel like with the egg story, it did sort of end, but it didn't really give an explanation for everything, because I really want to know, where did this even come from? It kind of just turned up while Bad Boy Halo was mining out an area, but we never got a full explanation to why it was there, and so much more. I feel like in the future, if they do want to go more down into the egg story, maybe having a bit more of a background to it, because I know we did get some stuff in Tales from the SMP, but going to more into why it's there and where it came from would be very cool. I might make a full video on the egg story, just talking over what had happened and what may happen in the future, so let me know if you want to see that. Another theory we have is from Nans, who says Turbo will be so grief-stricken by Rambo's death, he'll join the Syndicate and nuke Sam and the prison. And I low-key agree with this, maybe not the nuking people part, but the whole point of Turbo joining the Syndicate, because I feel right now Turbo is kind of alone. He's not really in a group or anything like that, he's just kind of around, and obviously he has Snowchester, but not many people are still in that, and because Rambo's dead, it's basically just him alone, because Michael's not there either. So I feel like we might get a whole Turbo arc where he goes on a rampage and becomes a bit more aggressive and a bit more on the attack side, so that he actually goes after Sam and the prison. Obviously the nukes are still involved in everything, but I just don't see them using the nukes ever again. But I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Turbo gets into an assassin gear and goes around wiping people who had anything involved with the prison escape. Because for all we know, if the prison escape or breakout didn't even happen, Rambo would probably still be alive and would probably get out of prison pretty quickly afterwards. Because let's be honest, Rambo didn't really do anything other than suggesting that he should be put in the prison months ago. So I assume that if the escape didn't even happen, then Sam would have put him in the prison. Maybe after a week he would have been out. So things would have been fine. And I really do hope we get to see something more with Turbo's character, because I feel like Turbo's character has been kind of AFK or just away for a bit, and I want to see his whole character become really big in the lore and the story. But before we get into another theory, today's video is sponsored by Wondershare Filmora 10. Wondershare Filmora 10 is an easy to use video editing software which has a ton of really cool features, such as the AI portrait add-on. This add-on allows you to automatically remove backgrounds from videos without even having a green screen. Kind of crazy. There's also the auto reframe feature, which will recreate the same video but change the aspect ratio. So if you have a video that you want to post on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and all the other ones, you can instantly change it to fit every single platform. There's also AR stickers, which will allow you to add fun and unique stickers that respond and sync to your face. And it's really simple to use. Literally just find a sticker you like and drag it onto the timeline. Wondershare Filmora 10 also has a bunch of different audio effects. So if you want to have someone's voice echo or sound like they're on a phone or anything like that, then you can instantly do so. All of these effects plus 20,000 more can be found on the Wondershare Filmora 10's film stock effects library. So you can use all of these features without even leaving the software. It's free to download and try Wondershare Filmora 10, so head into the description and click the link at the top. Thank you Wondershare Filmora 10 for sponsoring this video. The next theory we have is from Empty, who says Rambo has 3 canon lives, 1 breaks and 2 just vanished. Does the 2 represent Rambo's 2 sides? And I definitely agree and think that it definitely does have something with his 2 sides. And what I've spoken about before is that when he gets resurrected in the future, because I doubt he's going to be dead forever, is that when he comes back, he may get split in half, so that both the sides are different entities, meaning we might get one really nice and good side and the other being really bad and evil. And who knows, in the future when the lore stream happens that explains the hearts and why he lost all 3 of them at once, we might get a bit of Dream lore in there as well, because we've seen a lot where Rambo goes to speak to Dream and something happens, or you can hear Dream's voice whilst he's in the room and things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if something with the hearts has to do with Dream. Next one we have is from Bacon Eater, who says, what if Dream XD is really behind everything? He gives players items and he can start manipulating anyone at will, and think, who gave Schlatt the revive book? There is Dream XD. Who else could have given it to him? And yeah, I do have to agree, but I also think that Dream XD might be a bigger character further down the SMP, and I'm mainly talking towards the end of the SMP, because I feel like we've never really gotten into this character, and I don't really believe he was meant to be a character to start off with. Obviously it's just Dream's alt account and he logged in one day because his main account was in the prison and he needed to do something in creative creative, destroy the end portal. And ever since then, people made kind of laws and headcanons and things for him, and he's eventually just turned into this sort of god who's always in creative, flying about and doing whatever he wants. And even recently we've seen him actually give Foolish some superpowers, so he definitely has a big part in the storyline now, and I assume that they may use this character as a way to end off some of the storylines. Things like the egg storyline and more could just easily be ended off if we get DreamXD involved, who can just like bomb the hell out of it or just destroy it. And yeah, with the Schlatt thing, I do agree that it probably was DreamXD who gave the book, because the Revive book just kind of came out of nowhere. We never really got an explanation to why Schlatt even had this and how he even came across it or who gave it to him or whatever, so it does make sense to fill in that gap with it being DreamXD. I'd also like to see more from this character, because we obviously didn't get much from him. We've only seen him in other people's streams. He's never been massive in the lore streams or anything like that, so maybe one lore stream just to explain a bit more or just give him a bit of a background or whatever would be very cool. We then have a theory from Caden, who says that Dream is going to start trying to pin everyone against each other, since it's basically only him and a few allies against the whole server, so he's going to need to make everyone hate each other. And I agree with this. We haven't really seen much of what Dream's done after he's escaped the prison, and I feel like he's planning something big. As we know, a good while ago, we got to see a little clip of him planning a lore stream where it was fully edited and everything like that, and we still haven't actually seen that. We've only seen the few second clip that he had actually planned. So maybe that could come into the storyline at some point soon, we don't know. But I also want to talk about how him being out of prison really risks Tommy's life. We know that Dream killed Tommy before, and the main reason for that was just so that Dream could tell Tommy that he's sort of a god, and that because Dream can revive people, he is the most powerful person on the server, and we've seen all of that. But what happens if he goes against Tommy and finally kills him forever? Obviously, Tommy is more of a main character, so it probably won't happen, but I do see Dream taking him out at one point. Maybe then in the future, somebody can try and get the revival book off of Dream again and it actually working somehow, and then they revive Tommy. But I do see Dream actually going and trying to finish him off once and for all, because we've had so many stories where it's literally him trying to go for Tommy and it's always Tommy winning. So for once, I'd low-key like to see Dream actually win and see where that goes. Could it be the end for Tommy on the Dream SMP? Well, let's just wait and see. The next theory we have is from Polo. It says, I think Quackity will hunt down people with the black cloak. And if you don't know what we're talking about the previous video that I made where we look around the prison escape stream and we actually get to see 3 people standing in the background of the whole event in black cloaks. This turning out to be Quackity and 2 other people, and it's basically their way of hiding their identity so that they can be around these events and basically nobody notices them. And I feel like it definitely does have a bigger explanation to the black cloak, and that they may use it to go after people or just to watch events and things unfold. But yeah, if you want a full explanation and what I think about the black cloak, then definitely watch the previous video. In fact, it's literally on screen right now, so go click that and check out the last video, and also go to skelly.shop if you want to pick up any merch. There is a very limited amount left, so go pick it up.